Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to create authentication system in Flutter and Firebase with form validation. Okay, I've created this new Flutter project and I've opened it on VS Code. Now let's open up the list folder and inside the list folder let's create new folder pages, and over here let's create new file. Let's say login screen dot file, and here let's create stateful widget and let's change the class name to login screen, and let's return here scaffold. Okay, now open up the main.dart file and here let's delete this stateless widget and let's create new stateless widget and let's send the class name to my app. Okay, let's return here material app. Okay, give the home to the material app, that login screen we have just created, and you will get this blank white screen. Now let's remove this banner by making this debug show check mode banner false. Okay, perfect. Now close this main.dart file and open the login screen and give the body to the scaffold column. Let's keep children to the column and let's give text widget and right here login. Okay, here is the text. Now let's make the main axis alignment to the center. Okay, perfect. Now let's wrap this column with the pairing 25 to all sides. Okay, perfect. Now let's decorate this login text. Let's give the style, text style. Let's give the colors dot gray dot set. Let's give 700 and give the font size. Let's give font size 25 and make the font weight dot bold. Okay, perfect. Now let's keep the size box below the text widget and give the height of 20 first. And let's create here text form field. Give the decoration, put decoration and save it. That is the text form field. Okay, over here let's give the cross axis element to the start, and keep the border to the text form field inside the input decoration. Let's keep outline input border and save it. Here we go. And give the label. Just give the label text right here. Enter email. Okay, let's keep here prefix icon also. Let's keep prefix icon. Let's keep icons dot email. Okay, let's keep the controller over here, and let's define this controller on top here. Over here, let's say final email controller, text editing controller. Also, let's define for the password controller also. Okay, let's dispose it to avoid memory leaks. Okay, dispose all controller that you have created, email controller and password controller. Okay, perfect. And now here let's keep the email controller here, and let's copy this text form field and let's create new folder inside the lib folder. Let's make this text form field reusable. So let's create new folder. We say widgets, and inside these widgets let's create new file. Let's say text. Let's say my text field dot cut. And here let's create a stateless widget and let's send the class name to my text field and paste it here. Paste the text form field and let's define the controller over here to make it dynamic. So define it like this: text editing controller require this in constructor. Okay, now let's give your controller instead of email controller. Now let's make this string dynamic also. Let's define it over here. Final string label label text. Got this here label text, and we have this icon also. Let's keep here label text and remove this hard-coded icon. And let's define first of all let's define this icon. It's a widget, so define it as widget over here. Final widget prefix icon and require it over here. Require this dot prefix icon. Let's remove this. Okay, remove the hard-coded icon and put here prefix icon. Okay. Now open up the login screen and let's remove this text form field and import this my text field and give the controller make controller, and for the label text let's write here email enter email. For the prefix icon keep the icon construct name. Okay, save it. Now copy this my text field and give the size box here and give the height of 15 and paste it here. Okay, instead of this email controller, now put password controller and write this here. Enter password, and for this email, let's put icon.key and save it. And here we go. Now let's make the password invisible. So we have to make this dynamic too from here. Let's keep the obscure text trim. We have to make this dynamic, so it's a boolean. So here let's define the boolean pure text, and instead of requiring just write here this dot obscure text as default, make it false. So remove this hard-coded boolean and put here obscure text. Okay, now perfect. Now open up the login screen and here keep the obscure text false for true for the password, and here you go. Now let's create size box here. Keep the height of 15. Okay, now let's create the text widget and right here forgot password. Okay, perfect. Let's wrap this text with the widget called align and give the alignment dot bottom right. Okay, and let's give the style text style, give the colors dot gray dot shade 700 and make the font weight dot board. Give the font size. Just keep the font size 18 and let's see how it's going to look. Okay, perfect. Now let's wrap this text with the widget called gesture detector to make it tappable. Okay, below this align widget, now let's keep the size box and give the height of 18 and let's create a elevated button. Make the on press function black for now and let's keep the text to the side and let's change this to login. Okay, now our button will look like this. Okay, now let's make this elevated button dynamic also. Let's copy this elevated button and inside the widgets folder, let's create a file, my button dot dart. And here let's create new stateless widget and let's send the class name to my button. And let's press that elaborate button here, with a semicolon here, and open up the login screen and let's remove this elaborate button and import the my button. Okay, let's remove this. Open the my button.tar file and let's make this dynamic. So hover over to on paste and just copy this void function and initialize it over here. Similarly for this text, it's a string, so define it as a string. Uh, let's say button text and create the constructor where this dot text. Okay, keep the on press function here, on pressed here, we define here, and for this, let's keep here button text. Okay, now we got the error here in the login screen with the on press function blank here and keep the button text. Just keep the button text right here. Login. Okay, now open up the my button and let's wrap this elevated button with the size box and keep the white here double dot 20. Okay, let's style this elevated button with the style text elevated button. Sorry, elevated button dot style form with the background colors dot skip this one click for colorant and with the foreground colors dot white it will change the color of this text. Save it and here we go. This is the save to this one rounded rectangular border and we can give the border radius to all sides of the button by 18. So this one border dot circle and make this 18 8. Okay, and you can also give the padding. Let's give the padding to the vertical side by 15. Perfect. And let's style this text. Give the style. Text style. Give the font weight. Font weight dot bold and give the font size. Let's give the font size 18 and save it. Okay, perfect. Now below this, open up the login screen and below this my button, let's create the row and children. Uh, let's create the text widget here and right here already right here create your account and give the text here create the text widget and right here register. Okay, keep the size box here. Height of 15. Okay, inside the row, make the main axis alignment to the. Okay, give some space here, and let's save it. Okay, let's style this text. Give the style text style. Give the colors uh, dot gray dot set. Let's give 600. Make the font weight. Let's give this one. Give the font size to 18, and let's see how it's going to look. Okay, perfect. Let's copy this text style and give it to this register text also. Let's paste it. Let's make this bold. Okay, let's decrease the boldness. Okay, perfect. Okay, now let's wrap this text with the widget called just a detector and give the on tab blank for now. Okay, now let's copy this all from the login text and let's create new file. Let's write here register dot file and paste it here. We copy it from the login screen. So let's send this login screen. Control, press Control DTT and select all the login screen text. And let's change this class to register screen. And we'll have another text form field. So copy this controller and change this to confirm UWT controller and let's dispose this to. And instead of this login, try to register and this is fine. And we'll have another text form field. So let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, instead of enter password, write here confirm password, and for this password controller, write here confirm password controller. Perfect. Okay, now let's create. Okay, sorry. Let's come here and let's send this text, bottom text, to register. Okay, and so this send this text to already register and send this to login. Okay, now let's navigate to right here navigator dot push and for the material route, keep the material page route build here. Let's import the login screen here. Save it with the semicolon and save it. Okay, now open up. Let's copy this navigator and open up the login screen and roll down to this gesture detector. Paste this and let's change this to register screen. Okay, import the register screen and let's try to click on this register screen. Now, as you can see, we move to the login screen and if we click on this login, we move to the login screen. Okay, for the register screen, let's remove this forget password text from here Also this size box. Let it go. Let's change this to 25. Okay, perfect. Now let's create a new folder inside the lib folder. Let's write here services. And inside the services folder, let's create now here auth service dot file. And here let's create the class auth service. Okay, now open up the browser and go to the firebase.google.com and click on this go to the console button. Now click on the create a Firebase project. Okay, right here create the new project. Right here enter sorry login system. I'm going to say login system and click on continue. Let's undo that, disable that, and I'm going to disable this one also and click on the create project. 2 seconds. Okay, now click on the continue and our new project has been created. Firebase project. Okay, now click on this Flutter icon and you have to add Firebase to your Flutter app. Okay, to add it, you need to follow these steps. Okay, or there is a documentation. You can check the documentation step by step. Okay, this will be in the description of the video. And also I've created the video about it. You can check it out, which is in the description. Okay, in this video, I'm not going to do that. So after you add Firebase to your Flutter app, now let's open up the VS Code and now in the project directory in the terminal, now let's run this command flutterfire config after you know how to add Firebase to the Flutter app. Okay, and choose the project. We created this login system and let's choose the platform. I'm gonna choose for Android and web with the space. Okay, use arrow keys and space to select a bit. And as you can see, it's registering news, Firebase Android app and web app. The two apps has been created, web and Android. Now open up the console, Firebase console, and reload this browser. As you can see here, two apps has been created for web and Android. Okay. Now open up this documentation and copy this and open the VS Code. And you got this error also. We'll fix that later. Now open the main.dart file and insert this main function. Let's paste that code and make the async here. Okay, open this file, Firebase option. You have to add this Firebase core package. Okay, so let's run this command. Flutter pop add Firebase core. Okay, it will add the Firebase core package. If you open the pubspector2ml file, as you can see, this new package has been added to our Flutter project. So open the main.dart file again and let's import this Firebase. Okay, it will take some time because we have just added this. Okay, hover over to that and import the Firebase core package and Firebase option. Okay, perfect, and save it. Now stop the app and run the app again. And okay, now open up the auth service page, and we have to add another package called Firebase auth. Write flutter pop add in the terminal of your project directory and write here Firebase auth. Okay, this package helps us to handle authentication system so easily. Okay, with minimum code. Okay, so now if we open this pop spectre.yml file, as you can see, this new package has been added to our Flutter project. Okay, now open the auth service, and if you stop the app and run the app again, you would get the error because after you for the Firebase auth package, the minimum SD gates will be at least 23. So open the Android folder and app folder and build.gradle.kts, and over here to this inside the default config, let's remove this one to the minimum SDK and let's set it to 23. Okay, and you also have to set this MDK version, put this to latest version. Okay, save it and close this file and run this app to the emulator and it will work perfectly. Okay, until it runs, let's open up the browser and Firebase console. Go to the console.firebase.com. Inside the project you have created. Now click on the Build tab and Authentication tab. Click on Get Started and click on this email and password and click on this enable this email and password. Save it. Okay, to add the new provider, you can just click the add new provider, and if you wanna put in Google or Facebook sign in or some other sign in, just select this and now click on this users tabs, and to add the users manually, just add here from here. Okay, we'll add the new user from the our Flutter app. Okay, open the VS Code again, and now our app ran successfully too. Now here, open the auth service dot file, and let's get the instance of the Firebase auth. Let's write here Firebase, import the Firebase auth, find it as like this, and get the instance of it. Okay, let's write the method to register. Register new. Let's write here register method or function. Okay, future view. To register, it will take some time. So future method and get the user credential. Give the type. Okay, right here sign up and register, and we'll provide email and password from the form and make it async and await. Let's return await, and we define here auth. This package gives us the this create user with email and password, and we provide email here to this and password here, this one from the text form tool. Okay, this create user with email and password is coming from the Firebase auth package, and this is it for the registering new user. And let's copy this. Okay, let's copy this and let's write here sign in method. Okay, let's paste it here and let's send this to sign in. So let's say to login, this one. Okay, we'll provide the email and password, and let's send this create user with email and password with to sign in with email and password, and we'll provide the email password. This is it for the sign in, and let's create another function right now. Let's write here login, sorry, log out, and for the logout we do not with the type, we are not returning anything. Okay, make it async, await, and from this auth package we'll get the sign up method. Let's save it. Okay, this is for sign up, login, and logout. We'll work on other things later. Okay, now let's open up the register screen here, and we have this button. Okay, over here we'll execute the function from here. So let's create the function. Let's write submit. Make it async. And here let's get the auth service. This auth service we have created like this. And inside the try catch right here, auth, get the auth service, and let's get this sign up method and provide here email controller dot text and trim it. Okay, this trim will remove the white space from the trailing and leading. Okay, and similarly do it for password control password. Get the controller password controller and change it to text and trim it. Okay, we are getting this password controller from here. Okay, now in the try catch, let's show the error on Firebase auth exception. Import this Firebase auth package, and here we provide the let's initialize here non uh, non text. Let's write here string auth error, and let's set state. Inside the set state, let's keep the auth error, this error get from Firebase auth exception, and from this e we get, let's convert to message, and if it's null we'll show the text right here to the store. Perfect. This is it for submit form. Now let's execute this submit form from this button, register button. We created here register, sorry, submit form. Okay, save it, and if you click on this register button, this, okay, it's working fine. Okay, if the auth service is successful, let's show the message scaffolded messenger of context dot so snack bar. Let's show the text right here. Register success. Okay, if this success, if registration success, then we'll show this snack bar. Okay, give the background color also here. Give the background color star green. Okay, now come down to the confirm password field, input field. Over here, let's give this size box the height of 15. And here, let's give the text right here. Outfielder for now. And let's save it. And here we go. Let's change this to 15 now. Okay, let's set it to 25. Okay, get the style, text style. Let's get the colors dot rate. Let's say 700 and let's see how it's going to look. Okay, make the font weight bold, font weight dot bold, and get the font size. Let's get the font size to 13 and let's see how it's going to look. Okay, perfect. Let's decrease this shade. 500 and it's going to look good. Now try to condition here if auth sorry, yeah, if auth error not equals to null and auth error is not empty, keep the null check here. Then we'll show this size box and text. Let's copy this. If we put that inside here, save it and click on this register. And it's saying register success. Okay, keep the await here, otherwise it will not work because it's a future build. Now click on the register, and as you go, we got the auth error message. Okay, now let's put here auth error. What's the error? It's coming from Firebase. Okay, we got the error here. Now let's try to click on the register right here. Test 1 2 3 4 at gmail.com and give the enter password. Let's write here test 1 2 3 4 and confirm password. Will do it later. And click on the register and we got the success message. Now, after clicking on register, let's hide this keyboard also. So over here, now let's write focus scope dot on focus. Sorry, dot of context dot on focus. Okay, we got this error. Viewed context. Don't use good context across missing gaps. So over here, let's write the condition if not mounted, then return. Maybe I need to fix the error. Okay, now open up the Firebase console and reload the browser, and let's see. As you can see, new user has been added to the Firebase project. Okay, so open up the auth screen now, and here let's create the getter for the auth state. So let's create getter. It's a stream. We get the real time data. Get let's say get auth state auth state change. Let's say changes and return the auth state change. Okay, this auth state change gives us the information about the sign in user or sign out. If the user is signed in or sign out, okay, in the real time. Okay, now in the lib folder, let's create new file. Let's say auth state got that file, and here let's create stateless widget, and let's send the class name to auth state, and we build the stream builder, and in the stream let's get that auth state. First of all, let's initialize the let's get the auth service final auth equals to auth service, and provide here that auth state changes we just created, and in the builder let's build here. Let's write the condition if this snapshot provide what's going on. So if the snapshot or connection is state equals to connection state is waiting or none. If it's waiting, then we'll return. Let's return inside the scaffold. Let's return the circular progress indicator. Give the body to the scaffold, and in the center of the screen, let's give the side to the center. We'll show the circular progress indicator with the semicolon here. Okay, if it's waiting, and if user signing of if user has data, then we'll return to next screen. So inside this pages folder, let's create new file homepage dot file, and here let's create new file. Let's say stateless widget. Let's create new stateless widget here, and let's send the class name to homepage, and let's return here scaffold. Give the body Center widget, give the side, widget hello, and save it. And open the auth state now. And if snapshot dot has data, if you are logged in, then it will move to the home page. We'll return the home page, else we'll return to login page, login screen. Okay, now save it. And if you see the emulator, let's reload the app. Yeah. Now let's try to click on this register, and let's register again. Test market at gmail.com. You can register, and we are not moving to the register screen. Okay, open up the main.dart file, and we haven't educated that, we haven't given this home that auth state here. Now, as you can see, we moved to the home screen. Okay, let's see, open the auth service, and let's see which user is signed in. So let's create the getter for the current user with current user, and let's provide the current user. We get the current user from this auth service, Firebase auth. Okay, now let's open the home screen, home page, and instead of this text, hello text, now give the column here, give the children, and give the text. In the text, let's show here current user. So over here, let's create the auth service. Final auth equals to auth service, and give the text auth dot current user dot uid, and save it. And here you go. Here is the uid. Let's show it in the middle. Okay, now let's check. Okay, instead of uid, let's check the email. Let's show the email. I have to turn this to a string. Okay, here you go. Okay, below this text widget, will create the text button for the logout, and here let's give the text right here, logout, and let's navigate. Sorry, let's get the logout method and save it. And now click on this logout, and we move to the login page directly now after we click on this logout. Okay, perfect. Now let's try to log in. It will not work because we haven't created login fonts. And now open the login screen, open the register screen, and let's copy this from here. Let's copy all, and paste it here. Let's import the auth service. Let's define this auth door on top. Okay, let's define it over here. Okay, instead of this sign up, let's change this to login. And here let's write log team success. Let's write login success. And change this to log fade. Okay, open the register screen. Let's get this text also. This one. Let's copy this and paste it just below this enter password. Input field here. Okay, now let's try to click on login. It will not work because we haven't executed that submit form function inside this button. We click on this login and here we go, we got the error. Let's write finished. Let's write a different email that is not in the Firebase on the login. Login is perfect. Now let's send the correct email. First 1, 2, 3. Okay, now click on the continue. Login. Perfect. Now click on logout. And now let's work on this forget password also. Let's copy the login screen from copy all from the login screen and let's create new file. Let's say here reset pwd screen got that file and let's paste it here. Okay, open the login screen again. Okay, we have this here. Okay, first of all, let's open this one and let's send this login screen last name. To reset password screen and we'll only need email. So remove the email password controller. Okay, let's uncomment this, comment this, and save it. Come down. Just remove this one and when we put this to email, let's remove this one also. This text. And instead of here, send reset link and remove this row also from here. Perfect. and change this to reset password. And also let's give the app bar. Okay, now open the login screen and let's navigate to that page, navigator dot tools. Click the material page route and let's go to the reset password screen and save it. Put the semicolon here and save it. Now if you click on this password, forget password, and as you can see, move to this page. Now open the auth service and let's create the function for the reset password. Over here, let's write the function set password and it will be feature method, feature view. We return nothing. So make it white and write here send password set. Make something like this and it is sync. Okay, we are providing the image. Still image. Wait. Auth dot send. Okay, choose this one. Send password reset email, and we'll provide the email to this. Okay, save it and open up the reset password link. And now uncomment this, and we'll not provide here anything. Password controller, and instead of this login, send this to send password reset link. Okay, change this to reset link has been sent. Something point. Oh, okay, save it and let's try to click on this reset. Send reset link, and we got some data. Start here, something like this, and we got this set link has been sent. Okay, you can check by putting the real Gmail account or okay. Now open up the register skin and to this column, let's wrap this with the widget called form. Okay, and give the key global key to this. Okay, let's define this global key on top here. Okay, let's define this key over here. Let's say final form key equals the global key and give the form state to it like this. Give the form state and roll down and remove this global key from here and get the form key here. Okay, now open up the my text field and let's keep the validator blank for now. Okay, let's initialize it on top. So what about the validator? And let's copy this and define it here. Final start code and create the constructor here. Require this dot validator. Save it. And over here, let's give the validator. Okay, now we got the errors to the three pages. Now in this my text form field, let's give the validator blank for now. Okay, set the blank for every text form field. Okay, perfect. Now open the register screen. Okay, we run this code, this try catch block. Copy this try catch block. We'll run this code if form key dot current state dot validate the nonset here and paste a try catch block inside it. Okay, now come down. Okay, to this enter human text field. So let's send this value to this value. It's a input field, input text coming from the text field. Okay, now let's write a condition if value equals to null or value dot is empty. Then we'll return the text. Enter image else return dot. Similarly, copy this validator. Now remove this and paste it here and change this to enter password. Yeah, and change this to confirm password. Okay, instead of this, if value not equals to password controller dot text, let's trim it. Then we write so the confirm password. Okay. And over here we'll write another condition also. If value dot length is less than 6 characters, then write here password must be at least characters. Let's break the line also. From here. Okay, now let's go back to the register screen. Let's try to click on register, and here we go. Okay, let's keep the mirror style. Yeah, open the my text field, and over here let's keep the mirror style with the text style with the colors dot red. Same. Keep the font size. Let's give font size to 18 and make the font weight bold. And let's see how it's going to look. Okay, perfect. With the shade of font, and let's see how it's going to look. Excellent. Okay. Now let's try to add something here. for this email and let's try to write here something. Okay, perfect. Now come up here to this email validator, to the register scheme, to the email validator. So here write a condition, another condition. First of all, let's define the email projects. And I have copied this regular expression for this for the email from the internet to match the correct email correct email format from the text field. So define it like this and write condition if not email rejects because if not email rejects dot has matched the input email, then we'll return the text string. Let's write here invalid email and save it and let's click on it and here we go. Perfect. Okay, you can do it for login screen and register screen too for the form validation by yourself. Okay. Okay, if you want to validate on typing, like on user interaction, you can simply like this auto validate mode dot on user interaction. Let's close that and let's try it out. And you can do it like this if you want. Okay, and also let's wrap this scaffold with the widget called the step detector and the on tap function and write this get the focus scope dot of context dot on focus. Make it on focus and when you click on inside the scaffold then it will remove the keyword or dismiss the keyword. Okay, it's to dismiss keyword. Okay guys, let's fix some issues in this app. Open up the register screen dot file and roll down. Okay, I have here use this email controller dot text to match the email regular expression of the email. So remove this and use the value. It's the current form state that is coming from this validator. Okay, it's the value from text field. Okay, now use it, otherwise you'll get the error. Now come up and also we have to make this auth error null after submitting success. Okay, so over here inside the set state make auth error equals to null. It will reveal the UI to null. And also let's clear up this text form field. Make the input email controller dot clear and we have password controller, clear it up, and also confirm password controller or clear it up. Okay, after a sign up successful. Now here we have to reset the current form state also. So get the form key and get the current state and reset the validation. After submitting the form, it will reset the validation. Okay, guys, this is how you can create authentication system in Flutter and Firebase with form validation. Okay, I have also added form validation in login screen and reset password screen. The download link is in the description. Check it out. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe my channel for more videos like this.